You know, much like I talked about on Monday and post-game, you know, we needed to have a good week of practice. And it's not only about this coming Saturday, but just getting better as a team. And I believe our players took that to heart. Our guys coached hard. We had 2 good practices on, you know, Monday was a light day, but had 2 good physical practices Tuesday, Wednesday. Good walkthrough today. Finish it off tomorrow. And we'll be ready to go again. So I think it does feel different. You all asked me a week ago and through camp, game one. It is different. We all admitted that. It's just a different deal. We have that one under our belt. I'd like to settle in, concentrate, and get playing some good football. That doesn't mean mistakes aren't going to happen. I mean, it's, you know, we believe me, we're striving for perfection. We're yet to find it, you know, but we're going to strive for it and continue to work hard, and our players have had a good week.
How do you feel about the emotional level this week? I know it's different from opening week.
It is different than opening week. They have to continue to be as energetic as they were in game 1. Again, whether that's good or bad, we'll see. You know, there's been many times when, you know, I feel like our team is completely like energized and ready to play, but we didn't play very good, and vice versa. You know, a business-like approach is what we'd like to see, is that consistency of always approaching the games and every game the same and going out and playing the best we can. Doesn't always happen that way. So we shall see. I think this team is mature and has handled things well, and I expect us to be ready to go.
Mark, was Trevon Rick out injury or something else last week?
It's something else.
Mark, off the subject of the game, the Colorado kid who played on both sides of the ball and had such a big game on Saturday, could that be a trend in your long and illustrious career? Do you have players who, hey, I want to play both sides of the ball?
Yes, I've had some that wanted to do that. You have to be able to handle it. What he did is truly remarkable. Give him a lot of credit. First of all, you have to be an exceptional athlete to be in that type of shape and condition and that type of heat in Texas, to go play over 100 snaps in both ways. Remarkable, you know. So give him a lot of credit. And you know, I do think that special players, and I've said this before in different ways, but when you have future first-round draft picks and those type of players, they could play ball all day. A lot of them could play ball. And we've had our fair share of it here. I don't think anybody that could play it to that level on both sides of the ball, but that's never say never. You know, we'll see. That's all right. Go.
Didn't Lynn used to lobby a little bit about that?
Yeah, he did. But, you know, as he got going his last year, he had a pretty heavy load on him. Yeah, so if I'd have played him both ways in his last game, I don't know if he'd have made it. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Mark, you talked about leadership, when you always referred to as well. Is that kind of vital in a game like this one, where you're trying to work on mistakes and find that emotional level?
I do. I think that the maturity of this whole team, you know, and I think they all felt it a week ago. And after watching the film, and believe me, like I said, there's a lot of good things. There's just a lot of things we could improve on. And so I'm not, you know, taking things away from our team, you know, the good that they did, or the coaches, you know, but there's just, we can do a lot better. And I believe they feel the same. And this week, you know, believe me, it's not going to go out there and just roll. Like that team has a lot of good players. Starting with McKinney, that quarterback is special, and he's much like Devin. He could elude pressure and make good throws. That gets aggravating, you know. So it's not like that's going to go. And that's a prideful team that's well coached. Walt does a great job. They won a bunch of games, and they were not very happy, I'm sure, with the way the game one played out. And they're coming, you know, right down the road. They're going to be ready to play, and it's not just going to be. We have no belief that we're just going to roll out there and win. And I tell our players that it never just happens that way. They make things happen. You know, there's no magical calls, and we could work hard and put them in position, but they make it happen. And we know this will be a challenge. It's not going to be like some smooth smooth deal. Believe me, I know Walt, and I have great respect for him and his staff and his team. It's evident. We watched a heck of a lot of film on them from a year ago.
They're kind of racing over there for the loss of Coach Kidd. Did you know him at all? What are your thoughts on him?
I did not. I mentioned a couple times this week in different broadcasts that I knew of him because of the connection with, just Eastern and how good they were in the days of playing YSU and competing for national championships, and my uncle being on Jim Tressel's staff at YSU, and just so I way back when I had no idea I'd be in Kentucky for 11 years, that I knew of Coach Kidd.
Mark, with Horsey out and Dylan starting in that spot, I know you worked hard over the offseason to improve the depth on the offensive line. How do you feel about it going into this season?
Yeah, I feel good, and we need to get some different mixtures going and just prepare, for the year, and making sure we have multiple guys ready to play. And so I think we'll know more about that as we move forward. I think we're better than we've been, and we need to continue to work.
Anyone else in that whole line mix that may be ready to kind of step up and get some of those important?
We'll see. I think most of the guys that played a week ago, we'll get all them in and a few more. So we'll see where it goes. Yeah.